Good evening, everyone, and welcome to TV 50's broadcast of Geneseo Green Machine football. It's Hall of Fame game, week number 6, as Geneseo plays host to Rochelle in the Northern Illinois Big 12 Conference matchup. Both Geneseo and Rochelle come into this game at 3-2, and a win tonight be a big step towards making the playoffs, getting win number 4. The losing team tonight's going to be with their 3rd loss and needing 2 wins in the next 3 games to be playoff eligible. So a big game here for both teams tonight, and we have kickoff coming up in about 2 minutes. I'm Lauren Lemke with the Hall of Famer, Pat Mitchell, the member of the 1982 state championship team. We've had a few more inductees going in this weekend, Pat, and they announced them in between games. That's why we're getting a little bit of a late start. But this is a big game for both teams.
You're no kidding there. You just hit it, the first and foremost playoff implications. When you don't want to be getting into that week 8 and week 9 must-win situation. So for both of these teams, you know, Rochelle's sitting at 3-2, so I know they'd like to get an inch closer, and of course Green Machine same way. But you know, we got our work cut out tonight. This is a really good Rochelle team. Their 2 losses have been the 2 outstanding Class 5A teams. So, you know, it's going to be a knockdown drag-out.
Both those losses to Johnsburg and Morris. Rochelle's averaging about 36 points a game. I saw a stat where they have averaged or had at least 300 yards in offense every game this season. That's a lot of yards per game.
Well, I know, and I would venture to guess most of that is rushing. They're the type of team that just like will go toe-to-toe with you. They run a similar offense to us, maybe even more of a pure wing tee style, looking for their 3 or 4 yards. And, you know, they get the 4th and 1, they're going to go for it. Usually anywhere on the field, they're going to go for it. So we've got to do just what they're going to try to do to us, we need to do to them. That's keep the ball out of their offense's hands. You're only going to get so many possessions in this type of a game, and you got to make the most of them. You can't have the turnovers. So that's key. That's key for this game tonight.
And it's going to be totally opposite from last week. Sterling ran a play about every 10, 15 seconds. Rochelle's going to take as much time off the play clock as they can before they run the next play. So it's going to be a very slow pace here tonight for Rochelle. Geneseo's going to get the football to start, so they're going to try to set the tempo here early on and see if they can get a quick score. I think that's going to be really important here for Geneseo after last week's loss to Sterling, just to get something positive started right away.
You bet. We've got to get last week, and I hope they got last week out of their heads about 2 minutes after the game ended and start thinking about this one. I know last year, I know this is a different team, I get that, but last year there was kind of a carryover effect with Sterling going up into Rochelle. So hopefully we learned from that last year, and this year we turn the page. You know, you burn that game film from last week, and then turn the page and start worrying about this week.
Story coming into this one, does Geneseo get River Griffin back on the field? He's missed the last 2 games. He is dressed. I saw him at practice this week. He was not announced as a starter, but that can always change. It may be a game-time decision, but he is on the sidelines in front of us. And again, the Geneseo offense is going to get the football to start. We might see River Griffin come out. They do need him at fullback. They're not that deep at the fullback position. Drew Rapps has done a good job here the last couple weeks, but he's been playing out of his position, and that kind of just weakens you a little bit offensively.
Sure. I mean, it is good. First of all, that's a bonus. It's a confidence booster when you see River in pad. So you know, he's down there right now just kind of by himself, probably getting his thoughts about him, thinking, okay, it's time to get back, because this is a group that can't afford injuries, number one, but especially injuries to their top line guys.
Geneseo in the home green jerseys, yellow pants. Rochelle in the all white trimmed in purple, and the Hubs will kick off here with Zach Olson and Drew Rapps back at the 10-yard line. Set to kick off is Eddie Villalobos. High end-over-end kick, spinning down to Rapps at the 18, up to the 25, the 30. He's got a seam to the 40, down the near sideline, the 50, to the 40, tripped up at the 35. And Geneseo with a great way to jumpstart this game. A long kickoff return from senior Drew Rapps.
He found a seam here at the numbers at about the 25, and then just hit it. And that's the whole key when you're returning kicks, is use speed, and get upfield. So great field position to start for the Leafs.
About a 47-yard return there for Rapps, who's going to start in that Geneseo backfield. And we do have River Griffin starting tonight at fullback, and Zach Olson also starting at wingback. Isaiah Rivera, the quarterback's going to hand it off. Second back through. No gain on the play for Geneseo. They have it at the Rochelle 35-yard line. And that was Schwarzendruber who gets the call.
Rochelle in a 5-2 defense. It's the same type of defense we run. We've said this before too. When you're playing against a team that does the same thing that you do offensively, it usually makes it tough sledding for you. So we're going to have to make sure we win the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Second down for Geneseo from the Rochelle 35. Toss it to Raps, coming to his right. Turns upfield, gets to the 32, and Geneseo's looking at a 3rd down and 7.
Right, little 21 sweep action there. It looked like we had him sealed at the end in the inside linebacker spot, but the corner came up, made a nice job. Drew tried to get upfield on that, and the corner stepped in, made a nice play.
1 minute's gone by where he just got started, no score. Geneseo with the football, 3rd down and 7 from the Rochelle 32. Tight formation here for the Green Machine offense. It's River Griffin, his first carry in 3 weeks, and he's pushed back, getting to the 30-yard line, and Geneseo has a 4th down and about 5. It would be a 47-yard field goal for their kicker.
No gain on the play.
I don't know if they'll go with him or not, with Jack Hinton, and looks like they're just going to try to pick up the 1st down with the offense.
Looks like Rochelle's got some pretty stout guys there in the middle on the defense. It's going to be tough to win the battle of the line of scrimmage. Right now, I would say that Rochelle has an advantage there. Oh, timeout.
Geneseo's going to take their first timeout. That'll stop the
charge timeout of the half.
And the official, if you did not catch that, is mic'd up. He didn't know I was talking. 10-14 to play in the first quarter. No score. Geneseo with the football. Just sitting outside the 30-yard line of Rochelle. Nice return there from Drew Raps on the kickoff. Trying to set up some good field position for Geneseo, see what they can convert here on 4th and 5.
All right, it's going to be key for our offensive linemen tonight. Keep it simple. Basically get their head in their butt in the hole and allow the running backs to find that crease and go. If we try to match up and toe-to-toe with these guys, that's going to be a difficult challenge. Make sure we get our play side step, get the head and butt in the hole, and try to seal these guys off.
Timeout is over. Geneseo takes the field. Packed house here for the Geneseo fans. Bleachers filled in front of us. Great to see here on Hall of Fame night. Isaiah Rivera under center, behind center Joe Stoll. He's going to toss it out. This is Raps coming to his left. And he is going to be stopped short of the 1st down at the 29-yard line as that closed quickly, and that was number 25, Alex Harvey, who made the stop for the Hubs.
All right, not a lot of room to run there. Trying to get outside their edge players, but the Harvey was pretty quick meeting Raps, just behind the line of scrimmage. So, defense. Here we go.
Alex Harvey is a starting fullback. He had 162 yards last year in the first half against Geneseo when they beat the Green Machine 31-0 in Rochelle. And a flag comes out before the snap of the ball. Pre-snap penalty.
Looks like encroachment on the defense. Somebody lined up offside.
Encroachment, defense, 5 yards, still 1st down.
5-yard penalty against the Geneseo defense. And I was looking at the stats going into this one. Geneseo's committed 37 penalties in the first 5 games.
Way too many.
Almost double figures in 4 of the 5 games. 5 yards there against the Green Machine defense, and here comes the Hubs. Their first play from scrimmage, and they have a 1st down run out to the 42-yard line.
That's the aforementioned Harvey playing a fullback, little belly 38 for them. They're going to run their fullback and run their fullback until you stop him, and then if you do stop him, then it's the second back through. Like I said, same philosophy that we have. Just going to be a matter who is better at running this offense tonight.
Geneseo's going to change up their defense, kind of get away from that 5-2. They got 4 interior linemen down and then 2 stand-up ends. We're running about a 6-3 defense on 1st down for Rochelle. 1-yard gain to the 43. 9:35 to play in the first quarter. No score between Rochelle and Geneseo.
I think what we're trying to do possibly is one of the things that Rochelle likes to do is pull that guard. It's called a G block, and you run a 32G or 38G, and then he blocks the defensive end. So if you keep him covered up, he can't pull.
Wing on the right side here with motion behind the quarterback, and they hand it off to number 7. A nice run there from Aaron Metzger, and he has a first down for Rochelle.
Right, that second back through, fake 36-48 for Rochelle. That's the one danger when you when you get everybody covered up on the inside. Once you break the line of scrimmage at the 2 or 8 hole, is you're looking at 7-8 yards of carry.
River Griffin and Kyle Toon are starting at the ends tonight. Again, 4 interior linemen for Geneseo with 3 linebackers on 1st and 10 football in Geneseo territory at the 47. This play is stuffed up the middle. Short gain for the Hubs to the Geneseo 46.
Rochelle's going to find it tough if they want to run inside the tackles.
Gain of 1 yard on the play, second down, Hubs.
Billy Blazer's going to come in defensively for Geneseo on that defensive line. Jake Winslow's out there as a starter tonight. Second down and 9 for the Hubs. At the line of scrimmage, their quarterback, Noah Mershon, under center, hands it off. Nowhere to go there as Geneseo has stopped Rochelle twice in a row on short yardage.
Yeah, nice job out of linebacker. There's a second back through. So it looks like we got our linebackers keying in on what's called the C gap. That's the 2 and 8 holes for our old Green Machine friends.
That tackle made by number 89, Heath Henderson. 3rd and 8 for the Hubs. They're at the line. Option play, quarterback keeper. It's Mershon with the first down, cuts it back to the 30, to the 25, and then he is taken down from behind up high by Kyle Toon, who caught up with him, but not until he goes for about 25 yards.
Nice play with a little option look. Not sure who's responsible for the quarterback. Got to make sure we get him taken care of.
Rochelle has it 1st and 10.
It's going to be officially a 22-yard gain, and puts the Hubs at the Geneseo 21-yard line. 7 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. Clock is running, and no score between the Hubs and the Green Machine. 2 schools that have played several years in football, over 50 meetings between these two, and it's been pretty even. Here's Harvey, stood up at the 18-yard line and give him 3 yards on the play. Got Peyton Clausen, number 45, in there making the stop.
Johnson, the ball carrier. Clausen on the tackle for Geneseo. Gain of 3 on the play. Second down, Rochelle.
Hubs converting on a 3rd and 8.
Looks like we got our biggest of the big boys in there. Across from tackle to tackle.
Cole Howard's up there, 78 and 79. Cody Brower.
Billy Blazer and Jake Winslow.
2nd and 7,
Oh,
handoff.
tackle
It goes to Mertzger, and there's a penalty marker thrown as he weaves his way through traffic, gets into the end zone, but I think this is coming back as Metzger made a couple nice moves.
Our defensive end got tackled out there on the outside. Definitely had an effect in the play, so they'll throw that flag every time. And Metzger got hurt last week, came out of the game for a while, but I'm not sure if he's their leading ball carrier, but I know he's a big major part of the offense at his wingback spot.
Call is a hold on Rochelle.
Yeah, he was replaced by, I think, Noah Knight, who had a pretty decent game and in that win last week against Ottawa.
28-yard line.
Well, that'll back up the Hubs to the Geneseo 28-yard line with 6.5 minutes on the first quarter clock. No score in this one. First possession of the night for Rochelle.
Right, with these guys, you can't automatically think that they're going to throw the ball, but you can't go to sleep on them either with a little play action here and a long yardage. So you're going to have to play everything here. You got to still control the run, but then be ready for play action pass.
Well, Kevin Crandall's been a longtime coach there at Rochelle. He's not afraid about throwing the ball downfield, throwing it over the top once you get that defense, sucked in, looking for the run. And happened last year's game for a couple pass plays downfield that 1 or 2 went for touchdowns.
Yep.
All right, play clock down to 15. Again, Rochelle's going to take their time. Line it up at the Geneseo 28-yard line on 2nd down and 17. Metzger in motion to throw is Mershon downfield towards the end zone and a little bit behind his receiver with Schwartzengruber on the coverage.
Nick did a nice job turning and finding the ball and knocking it away. Defender had a step on him, was behind him, but he was able to get his right hand up there and knock that away in the end zone. So 3rd and long after a little play action bootleg pass. Don't be surprised to see something like that again and maybe throw back to the backside post.
Intended receiver Blake Elbers, 6'5", and Schwartzengruber, who's listed at 5'11", is able to get back and knock that down. 3rd down for the Hubs. From the Geneseo 28-yard line, 2nd back through, that's Metzger. Back to about the original line of scrimmage at the 22-yard line. It's 4th down for Rochelle.
A nifty little spin move right there at first point of contact when he went just outside the tackle. So, yeah, he's a good ball carrier. You're going to have to get him wrapped up, get him to the ground.
Justin Parent, number 87, made the stop for Geneseo. It's 4th down and 11. The crowd's starting to come alive here at Bob Reed Field, who was actually out on the field in between games. He was announced along with the streak team from 65 to 72. Here's the pass towards the end zone, and it is caught. It'll be a 1st down for Rochelle with Schwartzengruber there on the coverage. Somehow Aaron Metzger made the catch over his shoulder, and there may have been a question here, did he trap it? But the official saying it's a catch.
The Hubs will have a 1st and goal on the 1-yard line.
It's hard to tell, and it's hard to tell in the replay angle we have too, whether he trapped that or not. But they're calling it a catch, and that's the way we got to play it.
Ball at the 1-yard line. Try the fullback dive, not in the end zone. He is stopped short. That is Harvey, and it'll be 2nd down and goal. So the Hubs have converted on 3rd and 8 and 4th and 11 on this drive as they're threatening here in the first quarter. 5:15 to play in the first, no score. 2nd and goal from the Geneseo 1. And it's Metzger leaping into the end zone for a Rochelle touchdown. The Hubs get on the scoreboard. 6-0, 5:08 in the first quarter.
A couple big plays. You think you got them stomped, and somebody's going to have to step up and make a play tonight, whether it's a lineman, a back, or something. But one way or another, we got to be able to stop Rochelle if we're gonna think we're gonna pull this one out tonight.
On the kick, the extra point is number 21, Eddie Villalobos, and that is good as he sends it towards the south end zone.
With 5 minutes and 8 seconds.
And it's 7-0. Rochelle leading Geneseo here at Bob Reed Field in Geneseo with 5 minutes and 8 seconds to play in the first quarter. The Hubs score on their first possession tonight. And they were able to convert a couple, like I said, 3rd and 8, 4th and 11.
That kind of happened to the sophomores tonight too. Had Rochelle at 4th and long and gave up a pass in the fourth quarter, which led to basically the game-winning touchdown.
Sophomore score, in case you missed it, was 22-15. Rochelle defeated Geneseo. The Hubs go on a 12-play, 70-yard scoring drive. They took 5 minutes exactly off this clock. It was a 1-yard touchdown run from Aaron Metzger, and the extra point is good. 7-0 is where we stand with the Hubs ready to kick the football to Geneseo. Drew Rapps, Zach Olson back at around the 10-yard line. Rapps got this game started with a nice long return. Let's see if we can duplicate that and maybe even do better. Take it all the way.
Right, that'd be nice. That would be nice.
It's been a while since we've seen somebody take a kickoff return back. I think the last one I remember is Billy Hamer. I saw him here earlier tonight. He was a member of that 2009 team that went to the state championship game.
I wasn't there, but I think that might have been at Yorkville. I think he might have had a kick return up at Yorkville.
To restart the game, Villalobos going to send another high kick. That's spinning, coming down at the 25-yard line. And brought out to the 33 goes
Peyton Clausen.
And Clausen, who plays linebacker for Geneseo, gets a chance to touch the football here. Has a nice return of 8 yards.
Clausen on the return for Geneseo. Knight on the tackle for the Hubs.
My spies down in the end zone say that ball hit the ground. It looked like it was a trap. I got a couple of coaching friends, Coach Rusk and Coach Matthew down there. They're sitting right there exactly where that happened, and they said the ball hit the ground. So that's Brad break. Now you got to make things happen your ways.
Geneseo with the ball from their own 33. Long toss going out to Colton Pischke, trying to get around the end. With some contact there, and it's kind of bounced around and finally taken down after a very short run. We'll give him 2 yards on the play, out to the 34-yard line.
Pischke, the ball carrier.
One of those things, just a little patience. Let your guard get into his block, the pulling guard get into his block out there, and you might be able to cut that buck up inside. Just a little patience.
Shane Holmstrom and Blake Langen start at guards tonight. Billy Blazer and Cody Brower get the nod at tackle. 2nd and 8 to pass. Rivera out to Kyle Wise, who makes the catch at the 43. He's down as fell to his knees to catch the pass, and Wise has been the favorite target for Rivera this year as Wise comes up with his 13th reception.
Nice catch there by Kyle coming back to the ball. So I know some of the younger receivers aren't quite as athletic, and they can't come back to the ball. Nice job by Kyle there.
We go under the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. 3rd down and 4 for the Green Machine from their own 38-yard line. Pischke, the counter play back to the right. They tossed it back to him. Usually it's a handoff, and for Pischke, he's very close to that first down marker. Looks like he's going to be about a half a yard short.
Well, you got a big decision here. They're moving the chains.
First down on the play.
The chain gang's not totally sure, but the officials calling first down. I know it was close. That's positive. Something positive here. Now we build on it. 4 yards is what you need on each play to put yourself in position to move those chains.
First down of the game for Geneseo. As they trail by 7. It's River Griffin off the left side. Gets past the line of scrimmage. Looks like he had some room there and gets pushed back. Give him a short gain of 1.
Nice job by the linebacker stepping up into the 8-hole.
Second down, Geneseo.
We'll have to figure out a way to get our linemen to line back to that next level and seal them off.
Brandon Johnson, number 35, on the tackle, along with Kyle Eister. And it's 2nd down and 8. Rivera takes the snap, fumbles it, and it's picked up by River Griffin.
Fumble recovered by number 47.
Kind of bounced right up into him. He was just going in to as a play fake there. I think the play was going to be pitched over to Pischke. And fortunate bounce there for the Green Machine, but does put him at a 3rd and 8.
Third and long. It's not the position you want to be in. You want those 3rd and 2s and 3rd and 3s. You feel like you have a better chance, but you know, it's we put ourselves in the position. Now we got to get ourselves out.
Kyle Toon splits out wide right. 2:20 to play in the first. Geneseo down 7-0 to Rochelle. Rivera to throw. Throwback pass completes to Pischke in the right flats. Turns it upfield to the 50 into Rochelle territory. He's got a first down at the 47-yard line. Needed to get to the 48. Just got past it.
You said the right word when you said upfield, or is that a hyphenated word? But anyway, getting upfield and getting those chains moved, that's so key. It took a little time for him to catch the ball, which gave time for the lineman to get out there on the screen, and then he just read his blocks really nice, getting cutting inside his blocks and getting upfield. First down Leafs.
2 minutes to go in the first. Rochelle 7, Geneseo 0. The Green Machine on the move, though. Second back through, that's Pischke to the Rochelle 44. And now a late call here from the Rochelle defense saying they've got the football. We'll check the replay here and see what happened. Looked like Pischke was stood up.
Play recovered by Rochelle.
They stripped that out late from my vantage point. Looked like that play was over. And I think it should have been blown dead, but they strip it. And it's going to be Rochelle football.
Hubs have it 1st and 10 on their own.
Hang on to that football.
They'll start from their own 44-yard line in this leading 7-0 in this first quarter, a minute 46 to play. Rochelle will start with a wing to the left. Handoff, big hole here for Harvey to the Geneseo 40, to 30, to the 20, and caught from behind by Schwartzendruber, about the only player that could have caught him, and saves the touchdown, but the Hubs have it all the way down to the Geneseo 14-yard line.
That's what we're talking about with the 2 and 8 hole, and you got to make sure you get that cut off.
42-yard run for Alex Harvey. Hubs from the 14. Give it right back to number 25, and he has a 2-yard run down to the 13.
Number 25, Harvey, the ball carrier. 2 down the
Good tough runners. I mean, like I said, that's what they do. That's what we try to do.
Brings up second down.
They've got some really nice running backs here, but the key though is their linemen up front. They're winning right now. They're winning the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 9, and once they establish that fullback, they can go off with their wingback or halfback. This will be Metzger coming off the left side. Wow, he just cuts it back inside, and he stood up at the 5-yard line, and at some point the official has to blow the whistle. They let that play go on way too long again.
Right. They're looking to get something hurt or make a, put in or turn it into a controversial play if you have a late fumble.
And that's going to be a third and inches here for Rochelle. We're under 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. Clock is moving, 7-0. The Hubs on top. And they've got the football against this Geneseo defense, who's trying to keep them out of the end zone here. Metzger in motion. They'll come back to the other side, to the right side. And it's a first down run for Brandon Johnson.
We find our backs against the wall again. It should be nice not to get down, but got to have a play here of some type of turnover or just a solid defensive stand. We're going to find ourselves down 2 scores early in the second quarter.
Rochelle's going to have it first and goal when we come back as the final seconds run off the clock here in the first quarter. So we played one here at Bob Reed Field in Geneseo. The score, the Rochelle Hubs 7, the Geneseo Green Machine 0.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Home, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Village Home Stores, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize our sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
Welcome back. Start of the second quarter with Geneseo trailing Rochelle 7-0. Hubs have the lead and they have the football. First and goal at the Green Machine 3-yard line. I'm Lauren Lemke with Pat Mitchell, and Geneseo in that first quarter had 2 drives. They had a loss of downs, had a nice kickoff return to start the game, could not get anything going offensively, and then started moving the football against the Hubs, but ended up fumbling it. And now Rochelle with a long run from their fullback, Alex Harvey. They have it down to the 3-yard line. Hubs taking their time in between quarters here. They're finally back away from the sidelines. So they had to flip field, so they are set to go as they come up to the 3. Wing set up to the right side. Marshawn under center, hands it off to Harvey, and it is a touchdown for the Hubs, a 3-yard run for Alex Harvey, who set up this touchdown with a long 42-yard run. And the Hubs have a 13-0 lead pending the extra point here on the first play of the second quarter. Eddie Villalobos, number 21, to kick the extra point. On its way, he puts it up high. And it is good. So it's 14-0. The Hubs have scored on both of their possessions tonight. And Geneseo doesn't get the football back.
Well, it's put up or shut up time now. They're not doing anything fancy. I don't think they're doing anything that's unexpected. Rochelle's not that type of group who comes out in a different offense every week. They're like us, who runs the same offense week in, week out, and they get really good at it. We got some guys that time to step up and get this thing turned around. Right now, there's almost feels like a little carryover effect from first half of last week too. So I don't know who it's going to be. Somebody's got to step up and make a play, whether it's a turnover, a long run, a great block, or something we can build off of.
Scoring drive for Rochelle, 5 plays, 56 yards. Most of that on the 42-yard run by Alex Harvey, who capped it off with a 3-yard touchdown run. A minute and 50 seconds for Rochelle on that scoring drive, and they lead at 14-0.
You know, you watch the body language right now, and it makes you kind of nervous. Need that excitement. Somebody's got to find the spark.
Got to get the crowd back in it too, with the play, like, you know, something that can happen out there on the field, and got to get going here offensively. Drew Rapps and Zach Olson back at around the 15-yard line as we await Rochelle. This kickoff from Villalobos. Here's the approach. This one's spinning down to Olson at the 13. Coming to this near side, out to the 25, to the 30, and a good return there from Zach as he brings it out to the 35-yard line.
Number 22, Olsen on the return for Geneseo.
Yeah, it's a nice return by Zach. Actually broke through a couple angles that guys had on him. But let's see. Let's get the offense moving.
And River Griffin starting at fullback tonight. They'll do the muddle huddle here on 1st and 10. Now reset. And they'll toss it to Schwartzendruber. And he's hit in the backfield. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's no gain on the play.
No running room there. Did actually get maybe a half a yard on that. So, you know, watching the replay there, he just really didn't have a lot of room to run.
Brandon Johnson just keyed in on him from his linebacker position on the left side, just flowed to the right and met Schwartzendruber at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 9 for the Green Machine. Down by 14. Rivera to throw. Completes the pass to Drew Rapps, but does not go for any yardage as Rapps is tackled as soon as he catches the football.
On the tackle for the Hubs, number 63, Bazell.
And that's Villalobos who makes the tackle for.
No gain on the play.
Little swing pass to Drew out to the left. Linemen were getting the hands down of the defensive line. Still though, cornerback, can't tell if that was a cornerback or outside linebacker. Looked like he was kind of keying on Drew and able to get out there in a hurry.
3rd down and 9 for the Green Machine. Rivera straight drop back with pressure. He's hit from the front and then from behind, and he's sacked back at the 30-yard line. No chance to get that ball out.
None whatsoever.
Number 63, Bennett.
Just
brings up a 4th.
James Kerfin just blew around our tackle. Got like an open path to Rivera, and it's a loss of 7. 4th down and 16. 10 minutes to play in the first half. Rochelle leads 14-0, and they'll get the football back on this punt. Jack Hinton stands at his 16-yard line. And a good punt here from Jack. High kick coming down at the 35, takes a Geneseo bounce, rolls inside the 25, and will come to rest at the 22. So Hinton, who's averaging about 30 yards per punt, comes up with a nice field changer there, and hopefully Geneseo can get some defense going on here and get Rochelle off the field in 3 plays.
Right. He was able to flip the field a little bit. It's disappointing we can't do anything with a good field position ourselves, but Jack was able to flip the field. This is probably their worst starting field position of the game so far.
Ready to run this first down play. And it's the fullback Harvey off the right side, just past the 25-yard line. 3-yard run for Alex Harvey.
Gain of 4 on the play, second down, Rochelle.
Geneseo trying to fill those holes. Heath Henderson there for Geneseo to make the stop. Really trying to read that play from that linebacker position. Again, it looks all familiar up front. Second down and 7 for the Hubs. It's Metzger getting outside with a flag thrown in from the side judge here.
All right, River Griffin got tackled at the defensive end spot and had an effect on the play. So, like I said, they'll call that right there on the replay.
We do have a flag on the play.
Looked like we've switched from your 6-man front to a 5-3 now with their with a true nose guard, but our tackles are over the guards. And the linebacker, and then your outside linebackers are sitting in the C gap in the 2s and 8 holes.
10-yard spot foul. Remain second down.
William Janik, number 78, called for the hold as he clearly had his hands around the shoulder pads of River Griffin. Second down and 14 for Rochelle from their own 26-yard line. 9 minutes to play in the second quarter. The score, Rochelle 14, Geneseo 0.
Little unbalanced here. They got the end over.
Charlie Janik, number 88, split out wide to the right side. They'll run an option that way, pitch it out to Brandon Johnson, who turns the corner. Nice solo stop on the far sideline by Schwartzendruber.
Number 35, Brandon Johnson taking the pitch around the right side.
Bring up third down. We'll call it 7 for Rochelle.
Right, looks like he's reading the defensive end on that, seeing what
Gain of 9 on the play makes it third
Kyle Toom was going to do, if he's going to tackle the fullback or go after the
7.
quarterback. Kyle went after the fullback, and quarterback pulled it, ran option.
Third down 7. Geneseo needs to come up with a stop here. Good position to do it. Trying to sweep to the outside is Metzger, and Geneseo keeps him contained on that play. Just shy of the 30-yard line, and here comes the Rochelle punt team.
River does a really nice job of stringing this out, even though he ended up on the ground. Had opportunity to make that a 1-yard loss or line of scrimmage, still gained 2, but looks like we did get him into a 4th down situation. Get the ball back and possibly cut this gap.
Olsen and Raps to return the punt. They stand at their own 35, and number 35, Brandon Johnson, is in the punt.
They're short a man there. He comes around on the field.
Snap back to Johnson. Spiral kick between Olsen and Raps, and they cannot field it. Spins back and is stopped at the 28-yard line. So here comes Geneseo.
Falls down on the 28-yard line.
A couple of first downs in this first half. That's about it. 1 turnover. They trail by 14, 7 minutes and 13 seconds to play before halftime.
That's an interesting putt. Low line drive like that. That was interesting. Didn't have a lot of time to react. Our return guys didn't have a lot of time to react to it. We got a nice bounce. That's one of those that you worry about taking off and rolling to the 10, but maybe it's the turf. Maybe it's the turf.
Rivera's gonna fake it to Griffin and then turn it up as he ran the option to the left. 3-yard run to the 34-yard line. And with Isaiah able to turn himself into a running back, that gives Geneseo another threat offensively.
It should be helpful if we're able to break him loose for a little bit and maybe loosen up that middle some, loosen up the 2 and 8 hole some.
Colton Pischke in the backfield for Geneseo as they look at a second down. Call it 4 yards, 6-yard run by Rivera. Wise is going to split out wide to the left as Winslow comes over to the tight end that side. And they try to run back to the right, the weak side, and A yard on the play for Pischke.
Basically, it's an end overlook and then belly 48.
Pischke, the ball carrier, making the initial hit for Rochelle.
Wasn't much there for Pischke. Tried to make the best of it.
Gain of 1 yard on the play.
6 minutes to play in the second quarter. Rochelle 14, Geneseo 0. Green Machine with the football. 3rd down and 3 from their own 35-yard line. Rivera's on a throw on 3rd and 3. Gets it out. Pass is low and incomplete, intended for Drew Rapps.
Pass intended for number 24, Rapps, incomplete. Brings up 4th down, Geneseo.
So Geneseo's gonna have to punt, and that's Jack Hinton coming in for the Green Machine.
How it looks, even if he'd have caught it, he didn't look like he had enough for a 1st down. So we got to punt it away and, rely on the defense, get another stop.
Geneseo, number 3, Jack Hinton, deep to receive for Rochelle. Number 23,
Noah Knight is back for the Hubs at his own 27-yard line. Here's Hinton. Good snap back to him. Sends this up into the sky. And fair catch made at the 29-yard line. Hubs got a couple touchdowns in this game so far. They lead Geneseo 14-0, 5:41 to play in the second quarter. Hubs with touchdowns in their first 2 drives. Geneseo stopped them on their last series. 3 and out. Seems like the Hubs got the football back pretty quick, though.
Yeah, be nice to get a turnover here. Get our defense off the field.
9 in the box for Geneseo on defense. Villalobos, number 21, takes the pitch. 2 quick yards out to the 31. 2nd down and 8.
He just kind of gets in behind his blockers, puts his hand on their back, and gets what he can. Good defensive stand on that play. Need a couple more of them. Get them in the punt situation.
Hubs up by 14. This is when they kind of really just take their time, getting up to the line, use as much clock as they can. Play clock down to 10 already. As they snap it, and they give it to their fullback, Harvey. He breaks out of the pack and gets to the 41-yard line. They had him pinned in, and he just continued to fight. Kept the legs moving and got loose. Did not have a good wrap on him.
So we got, here's one of the things that Rochelle was doing well there is their other backs carried out their fakes, and it attracted the attention of 3 of our defensive guys who could have been in finishing up a pile. I mean, nice when you don't carry the ball, you've still got a job to do. And they obviously were capable of doing it there.
1st down run for Harvey from the 41-yard line of the Hubs. It's the quarterback, Mershon, keeping himself. River Griffin and Zach Olson make the tackle after a gain of 1.
Good stop there. Good stop.
2nd down and 9. Timeout situation. Rochelle's got all 3.
All right, River getting off a block from his defensive end spot, and Zach Olson staying home and playing the quarterback. Well done. Now 2nd and long. This is a chance to get him in a 3rd and long situation.
Harvey and Villalobos in the backfield behind Mershon. It's Villalobos with the pitch. He's tripped up. Justin Perrin got the tackle, and he's kind of slow to get up there. He's okay.
I think he got his arm into that one. Might have tweaked his shoulder a little bit. Actually, he got blocked into that play, but he's fine. He's up, ready to play. Here we go. 3rd and long. Need a big stop here.
And Rochelle's going to have the football to start the 3rd quarter. So if you're Geneseo, you want another possession in this half, trailing by 14. 3rd and 8, counter play. This is Metzger, and a nice tackle down low there. Zach Olson getting down below the knees, making the stop. And it's 4th down and 2 for the Rochelle as he stopped at the Hub 49-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Rochelle go for it here with 2 yards. Got to make sure, number 1, we don't jump and give them a free 1st down. But, I'm sure they're feeling pretty confident with their defense at this point. And they're right at midfield, so sounds like people are getting a little bit loud.
Yeah, sounds good. Under 3 minutes to go. And now Geneseo's going to take a timeout as the Hubs have the ball 4th and 2, and Geneseo wanted to use one of their timeouts and talk about this. Really need to come up with a stop here, trailing by 14.
I mean, Rochelle's one of those teams where you have to defend the whole line of scrimmage. I mean, they've already shown they'll run the ball inside, they'll run the ball outside tackle, they'll run the ball outside the end. So you've got to defend the whole line of scrimmage, and still in the same breath, can't fall asleep on the play action pass. You know, at this point, if they throw play action, they might try to get a quick one here and then try to get up by 3 scores going into the half. But this is a big play for the defense, and hopefully give the offense an opportunity to go score before halftime.
2 minutes and 51 seconds to play in the second quarter. Rochelle 14, Geneseo 0. Hubs come up to the line of scrimmage following that Geneseo timeout. The Green Machine with 1 left. Rochelle has all 3. Ready to run this play, 4th and 2. It's Harvey, the fullback, off the right side, first down to the Geneseo 45-yard line.
Number 25,
Did a full house backfield, wishbone type set. And Harvey, no problem there, getting 6 yards.
We got our defensive line got caved down there on the left side, offensive right side, and Harvey was able to get upfield for a gain of 6.
Clock is moving. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the second quarter. 1st and 10 Hubs from the 45. Penalty marker thrown on this play, a 10-yard run by Harvey, but this one's probably coming back.
Harvey, the ball carrier, Schwarzenzuber on the tackle. We do have a flag on the play.
There's been a little bit of movement on the offense.
False start against the Hubs. That'll back them up. Ball at the 45-yard line of Geneseo. This infraction going to move the ball back.
Formation, only 6 men on the line.
Back to midfield.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
It's an illegal formation for the Hubs. They get penalized 5 yards. Now it's first down and 15.
So Rochelle kind of shoot themselves in the foot there. We need to take advantage.
Blake Elber splits out wide to the right side. Double wing set. In motion is Brandon Johnson. Handoff Alex Harvey to the Geneseo 48-yard line. 2 minutes and 5 seconds to play. Clock is running. Rochelle's going to go back and huddle up. Ahead by 14 in this game.
Second down, Hubs.
And they'll line up second down and 13. To throw. He gets it out, completes it. And Johnson takes a knee, trying to make a move past Peyton Clausen.
Nice job by Peyton being out there, being out in the flat on that. Getting a piece of him, getting him down to the ground. There you go, getting him down to the ground. Just enough, 3rd and long. Might go back to the air again, wouldn't surprise me.
Third down.
Play clock at 20 seconds, game clock at 1:20, so the Hubs can take this all the way down to the 1 minute mark if they want before they snap it. On 3rd down and 13 from the Geneseo 48-yard line. Like Elber splits out wide to the left. To throw with pressure coming, down he goes. Kyle Toon with the sack, a big sack there by number 12 as he gets to Mershon.
They didn't block the backside defensive end. Or actually, they tried to block him. Kyle just ran around their tight end on that side, and it's like he was shot out of a cannon. Looked like a missile. Man, and actually what he was, he's a man on a mission. It's been a while. Been a while since Kyle's had that type of had a sack. I know. I don't think we had one last week, but now we've got him pinned way back, and we'll go into the halftime only down 2 scores instead of 3.
3rd sack of the season by Toon. Geneseo has 1 timeout left. They're going to let about 25 seconds, 30 seconds run off this clock.
Timeout, Rochelle.
And now Rochelle's going to take a timeout. to avoid having a delay of game.
Right.
I don't know if Geneseo would have taken the timeout there, forced him to punt if another 15, 20 seconds would have mattered here in the end of this half.
Right, that's all Rochelle was doing. They just wanted to leave as little time on the clock as possible. We might have been in a situation, might have been in ourselves. You want to save one for the offense maybe, see what happens on the punt if we're in a position to use it. But right now you got to field the punt clean, no silly mistakes here.
Second punt coming up here for Rochelle. Brandon Johnson.
Right, on this series, Rochelle kind of helped us out, shot them, with the illegal procedure penalty, and you put them in the 1st and 15, and it's just not the type of offense that necessarily overcome that.
Geneseo's going to be playing just for a fake here. They have Olsen and Raps about 15 yards from the football. They go for the block, and so they'll watch this one roll, hit at the 30 and roll inside the 20-yard line. Clock is running down to 12, 10 seconds, and now the whistle is blown and stops the clock with 9 seconds to play. So Geneseo likely will take a knee here and go into the locker room down by 14 here at home to Rochelle.
Well, we're going to have to find some type of magic potion for the offense. Looks like defense got it figured out a little bit. Now we got to get the offense on track here in the second half. Yep, you're exactly right with the knee.
One play, just one snap here, and that'll end the first half as the Geneseo band starts making their way behind the team here. They'll be performing coming up here at halftime. Rivera takes the knee, and that will close out the first half of play. The Rochelle Hubs get 2 scoring touchdowns on their first 2 possessions, and at halftime it's Rochelle 14, Geneseo 0.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Home, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Village Home Stores, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize our sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
drum majors Jordan Flies and Lauren Plumley, is your band ready?
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Home, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Village Home Stores, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize our sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
And we're ready for the second half of football from Bob Reed Field in Geneseo. Rochelle 14, Geneseo 0. The Hubs will get the football to start the third quarter. I'm Lauren Lemke and Pat Mitchell helping out with the broadcast tonight. Yardage in the first half, Rochelle 169 total yards with 147 of those yards on the ground, led by Alex Harvey, who had 75, and 39 from Aaron Metzger. For Geneseo, they had 29 total yards on offense, 17 rushing, 12 yards passing, and Colton Pischke had 11 yards rushing to lead the Geneseo ground attack. But for Geneseo in the second half, they need to start controlling the line of scrimmage, winning that battle back, and just winning one play after another and get back in this game. They're only down by 14. Jack Hinton to kick off, a long kick coming down at the 5-yard line. It's Metzger to the 20. And he's wrapped up and taken down. The football comes loose. Geneseo's got it at the 27-yard line. That was Billy Cosgrave, I think, who broke that loose.
Kyle Toon came up with the football.
Maple Leafs will have a 1st and 10.
Well, there's the first break we needed. Now we've got to make sure we take advantage of it, put this ball in the end zone.
So turnovers now even at 1, and Geneseo, who started after a long run by Drew Rapps to start the game on a kickoff at the 35. They go here off the fumble, and it's River Griffin from the 28-yard line of Rochelle, and he's swallowed up for a loss on the play.
A little 36 cross action, 36 cut, some people call it. Was trying to get in behind the pulling guard. You know, one of the problems with that, the guard head was covered, so the guy over top the guard was able to easily take River down for a loss.
Yards have come very tough for Geneseo in that first half, just 17 yards on the ground and 14 attempts. Now they're looking at a 2nd down and 12 from the Rochelle 29. Colton Pischke in motion behind the backfield, takes a long snap, and he's going to be thrown for a loss back at the 35. It's a loss of 4 on the play.
Well, with the first 2 plays, evident that we're going to have to come up with something special here on 3rd down. To take advantage of the Rochelle turnover. Once again, little patience, trying to go outside the block, and maybe should have cut that one back up.
So now it's 3rd down and 18 for Geneseo. The ball is back at the Hub 35-yard line. Geneseo's lost 8 yards in 2 plays. Kyle Toon's in a split out here on the right hash. Double wing set for Geneseo. Rivera looking over the line, make sure everybody's set. Now Wise is going to step out a little bit wider to the left, and the play clock.
A flag on the play.
They'll pick up the flag. They got a timeout in just before the 25-second play clock expired. But Geneseo forced to use a timeout early in the second half. 10:27 to play in the third. It's 14-0 Rochelle as Geneseo comes up with a fumble recovery on the second half kickoff. But I've put themselves in a hole here, 3rd and 18. Geneseo's timeout is over. They're back ready to run this play. Kyle Wise is in there as a receiver. He caught a pass earlier tonight, his 13th of the season. Rivera in that first half was 3 of 4, but for only 12 yards, has not really thrown the ball downfield much, and did get sacked once as well. So 3rd and 18, here we go for the Green Machine. Wise is in a setup at the tight end position. Pischke in motion. Rivera rose to his right. Throw over the middle. Caught by Wise at the 22 to the 15, and he just runs over a defensive back at the 15-yard line, and it's a Geneseo first down.
You know, the route was beautiful. The catch is very nice, but what I really loved is how he finished the run. Lowering that shoulder, getting upfield, making sure he got the first down.
.21-yard pass play from Isaiah Rivera to Kyle Wise. His long of the season's been 40. And Geneseo 1st and 10 inside the 15-yard line. Second back off to the right side. This is Drew Raps to the 10. Raps running hard down to the 6-yard line.
Put yourself into a second and very short here. You know, if you want, you could take a chance into the end zone here and still have 3rd and short. But once again, getting upfield, getting those shoulders squared, lowering the shoulders, and getting positive yardage.
Geneseo getting energized here. 2nd down and 2 from the Rochelle 6-yard line as they trail by 14 in this 3rd quarter. 9 minutes and 35 seconds. Clock is moving on 2nd down. Second back Raps off right tackle, nowhere there. And it'll be 3rd down and 2 from the 6-yard line.
The ball carrier Johnson on the tackle for Rochelle.
Rochelle bottles that up again. That's Brandon Johnson, number 35, and a player down for Rochelle after this play was over. Number 77 for the Hubs, grabbing his Achilles tendon on James Hart. Not sure if he has a cramp.
That's a big young man. I know it says 6'1", 255, but I got a little feeling he's a little bigger than that 255.
Must have got on the Geneseo football scale. 9 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. It's 14-0. The Rochelle Hubs leading Geneseo, but the Green Machine on the move here. They're looking at a 3rd down and 2 from the 7-yard line.
You know, we said earlier we needed a spark. We talked about offense or defense. I guess I forgot about special team. We got the spark from the special team here. And then a nice catch on a 3rd down pass completion to get on 3rd and really long, 3rd and 18, get a first down. So here we are, 3rd and short. You know, it's early in the 3rd quarter, 9 minutes left. You got a lot of football left, but you need to get in the end zone on this possession.
Get some points. A touchdown would be great. A field goal, it's always a possibility right now, but it's 3rd and short. That's something Geneseo can pick up here as they're ready to run this play. Drew Raps is going to set up at the wing to the left with Pischke and Griffin behind Rivera. Official just making sure everybody gets ready to go here, and they wind the clock. Snap of the ball. It's Pischke to the 3, to the 1. Touchdown, Green Machine. Touchdown, Geneseo. As Colton Pischke fights his way into the end zone and gets that middle school crowd fired up back there.
All right, he put his shoulder in the back of one of his offensive linemen, helped his offensive lineman with his block, was able to bounce off that and into the end zone. Very nice run. That's a huge start to this second half.
Pischke has his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. Now taking the lead in that category. And here's the extra point from Jack Hinton. It is good, and Hinton is perfect on the season, 16 of 16. Geneseo gets what they needed here in this 3rd quarter with 9 minutes and 3 seconds to play. In the 3rd, it's 14-7. Geneseo closing that gap in half now.
Now it's doubly important for the defense to get a stop here. You know, in baseball, they talk about having a shutdown inning after you score runs. Same thing in football. You got to have a stop after you score a touchdown, especially when you're behind by one. You know, when you're behind by a score, to keep yourself, keep yourself within one score, give you opportunity at some point to take the lead.
6 plays, 29 yards for that scoring drive, almost 3 minutes. 6-yard touchdown run by Colton Pischke. And Hinton with the extra point. The big play in that series was the pass from Rivera to Kyle Wise on a 3rd down and 18.
I like the touchdown as a big play too. But you're right. That was huge on 3rd and 18. You know, you don't have a lot of first down plays for 3rd and 18, but that was big. Kept that drive alive.
And this kickoff team's ready to go for Geneseo. Fired up, causing a fumble. The last time they kicked off to start this second half of play. Got our high school band in the stands here playing the fight song. Everybody's fired up. Here we go. Hinton drives it downfield inside the 5. Villalobos at the 10. And Geneseo converges inside the 15 with Zach Olson making the tackle along with Jaron Brooker.
Outstanding coverage, getting him pinned inside the 15-yard line down at the, looks like the 12, 13-yard line. But he had to field the ball inside the 5, and our coverage was able to get down there and keep him pinned in. So here we go. Here we go. Need to stop. They might get a first down or two, but we got to make sure we keep them out of the end zone.
Pinned inside their 15-yard line. The Hubs at the line of scrimmage on 1st and 10. They'll give it to their money back, Alex Harvey, the fullback, out past the 15 to the 16-yard line. Harvey with 75 yards in that first half on 10 carries.
Looks like we're staying in the 5-3 with the outside linebackers. Looks like they might be responsible for the 2 and 8 hole.
Jake Winslow, Cole Howard, Cody Brower up there on that defensive line for Geneseo with River Griffin and Kyle Toon at the ends. Heath Henderson in at linebacker, and now a player down for Geneseo before the start of this play, and that's
Cody Brower.
We have an official's time on the field.
Looks like he's holding his wrist or hand. A lot of times when you're doing that, it might even be your shoulder.
They'll tend to him. Trainer Lori Anderson out there, and we'll have a stoppage in play. 8 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Geneseo on the scoreboard in this period. Down by 7 now to Rochelle. It's the Hubs 14, Geneseo 7.
Looks like they'll bring in Billy Blazer to take his spot.
Geneseo defense is going to walk over to the sideline here with Brower being attended to.
We don't have a good vantage point to see what they're working on down there.
He's on his feet, walking up. Might have been a stinger.
Yep, very well
Possible.
could be. Very well could be. Sometimes that just makes your arm numb, you know, and you just need to shake it out, loosen it up a little bit, and you'll be fine. I know our 8th graders, we had 2 broken bones this week. We had a broken ankle on Tuesday for the Whites and a broken wrist on Wednesday for the Greens. But both teams did come out with victories this week. If you're looking at the Down on the Farm report, we'll get to that later.
And we're back to action here on 2nd down and 7 for the Hubs. Harvey off the right side. Perrin wraps him up at the ankles. Stretches out past the 20 to about the 22. He's about a yard short of the first down. 3rd down coming up for the Hubs.
All right, they don't go down easy. They don't go down with just one man. It takes a group effort to get these running backs down. We just got to make sure we keep flowing to the football. You know, so in case they happen to break free just a little bit, we got to make sure everybody's still moving to the football.
Spot the ball at the 21. 3rd and 2 for Rochelle. Their second back, they hand it off to Metzger, and he has a first down across the 25 to the 26. He stood up, and they blow the whistle.
Metzger, the ball carrier, Olson on the tackle.
Second back through, you know, sometimes you get your caught keying on the fullback. You know, similar stuff to what we do. So, you know, like we said before, new set of downs. It's hard for a team to go 80-plus yards without making a mistake. Hopefully we can get Rochelle to make one here.
They have a first down at their 26-yard line. Hubs will keep it on the ground. And not much there for Alex Harvey. Fullback to the 27-yard line. Give him a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9.
Well, the Rochelle linemen come off low and hard. But, you know, if we get caught above them, they're just going to drive us off the ball. A lot of times what happens, though, if you feel like you're getting a stalemate, you just need to sit and make a pile and change the direction of their runners.
Linebackers looking in for Geneseo on the 2nd down and 9. It's Brandon Johnson taking the pitch. He gets through the first level, has a first down for Rochelle out to the 38-yard line. They'll move the chains.
35, Brandon Johnson, the ball carrier, picks up another Rochelle first down.
Hopped his way through the line of scrimmage.
Rochelle has a 1st and 10.
7 minutes to play in the third quarter. Clock running. 14-7 Rochelle leading Geneseo by a touchdown. Hubs ball at their own 38. It's Johnson again taking the pitch. Same play to the right side. Geneseo stuffs it. No gain on the play.
Right. Very nice job filling gaps on that. Nice little
Johnson, the ball carrier,
group effort getting him down. No gain, 2nd and long type of situation you want to put them in. See if we can get them to 3rd and long here.
2nd and 10. Marshawn under center. Long toss out to Metzger. Griffin turns him back inside, turns him back into about 5 defenders from Geneseo, and there's no gain on that play.
Well played by River Griffin here, really fighting pressure off that off the wingback's block. That's the hardest thing for a defensive end is to make sure you play that wingback, because the wingback has a great angle on you to pick off your outside shoulder. So very nice job by River there. 3rd and long. Let's see.
Here we go. Cole Howard, Billy Blazer helping on that tackle. 3rd and 10 for the Hubs. In the pistol formation, it's Marshawn. Takes the snap, looks over the middle. Long pass out to the far sideline, incomplete.
Well, it almost looked like people were stopping during the middle of the play. The running back looked like he literally gave up on it, like he heard a whistle or something, or a penalty. See, yeah, so I'm not sure what we're calling. Oh, we got a holding call. Good.
Number 25 offense.
Decline that.
Penalty is declined. 4th down.
So you got what you needed out of your defense. You got your stop. You got to get the ball back here. You know, just a little bit. 5:40 left to go in the third quarter. You know, chance to tie this thing up.
Momentum starting to swing towards Geneseo as they'll get the football for the 2nd time in this half. Brandon Johnson, his 3rd punt of the night.
Brandon Johnson.
And it's Raps and Olsen back at around the 30-yard line. And he'll send this one down. Olsen's going to come over, pick it off the turf. I think his knee was down, and they'll call him down at the 27-yard line.
That momentum's an interesting thing. You know, you can't measure it. There's no measuring stick for momentum. It's just one of those things, you know it when you see it, you know it when you've got it. Well, let's hope we've got it and we keep it for a while.
Geneseo scoring on a short field the last time they touched the football. Colton Pischke with the touchdown. And now the Green Machine starting from their own 27-yard line. Kyle Wise out wide left. 5:34 to play in the third. Down by 7 is Geneseo with the football. It's Raps off the counter, breaks a tackle, spins his way forward, out past the 35 to the 38-yard line. It's a first down, an 11-yard run for Drew Raps, who's the team's leading running back this season.
Nice little jump cut there. Got to keep blocking to the whistle. One more little downfield block, and he might have broke that for a touchdown. But positive. Keep the momentum going.
Wise is going to come out with Winslow coming in at the tight end position, and Winslow says, hey, what's the play? To Isaiah Rivera, and now everybody's on the same page. 1st and 10, Geneseo. Broken play, possibly. Rivera, long toss now, out to Pischke, and a flag is thrown as Pischke cuts it back inside from the Rochelle sideline. He gets into Hub territory, but this one likely coming back.
Not sure what that, if that's a holding or a block in the back or illegal use of hands. I know they might be calling that on Billy Blazer, but it looked like he was legal. Those hands were inside, and the defensive man turned on him. But yeah, it looked like a little bit of a broken play there. I'm not sure if that was supposed to go to River or if that was an option called, but pretty heads up using the option back.
Holding 76 offense. 10-yard penalty spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
I'm not sure about that. Obviously, I'm not right down there on the field, but it looked like his hands were inside the body, and that doesn't get called. That doesn't get called very often if that's the case.
10-yard penalty, 1st down and 20 now for Geneseo. Rivera rolls right after a play fake, looking downfield, running with the football. He's going to run out of bounds. He's hit on the Geneseo sideline. Looks like it was kind of late. No call here as he goes out of bounds at the 33. We'll watch the replay here on our monitor.
He was a step or maybe a step and a half out of bounds.
3 on the play makes it 2nd down Maple Leafs.
That'd have been nice to get a break there, but you can't trust the official to make the right call. And I don't mean that mean. I'm just saying we think it's wrong, they think it's right, so you just got to play through it.
3-yard run for Isaiah Rivera, sophomore quarterback, number 4. 3 receivers out to the left side. Rivera's going to look that way. Receiver screen to Toon, bobbled it, caught it, and now trying to make something out of this, but he's going to go backwards and lose yards on the play as Kyle couldn't catch that initially, kept it in front of him in the air and pulled it back in, but by that time the defense was all over him.
If he catches that clean, he might have a chance to pick up a few yards and make 3rd down a little more manageable.
So now it's a loss of 3. It's 3rd down and 20. Toon's going to stay in for this next play. Rivera coming into the huddle from the Geneseo sideline with the play. Geneseo has 10 on the play clock when they break the huddle. Play clock down to 6. Rivera under center now with 2 on the play clock. Rochelle moving a little bit on the defensive line. No call. Rivera, quarterback draw out to the 36. And it is a gain of 6 yards, so Geneseo's going to have to punt. And we talked about you're not going to get many possessions. Each team had 4 possessions in the first half, so right now Geneseo with 2 possessions in the second half. They scored once. Still in this one, only down by 7, 14-7, but they got to give the ball back to Rochelle.
All right, in that last series, you get the penalty on 1st down. Now you're sitting first and 20. That's just hard to overcome.
Jack Hinton to punt for the Green Machine. Nice kick here, coming down to
Fair catch called on the 27-yard line.
Fair catch made apparently by Noah Knight. I didn't really see a hand go up.
We got a penalty down on this sideline. We're going to get some type of penalty on our sideline, maybe a sideline warning.
Knight must have called that fair catch early.
Sideline warning, Geneseo. Only a warning.
Right, players, only coaches are allowed in that white spot. If you got players or trainers or anybody else, and the official bumps into you as he's coming down the sideline, he's got the right to call a warning of some type.
Hub football, 1st and 10. Alex Harvey, the big fullback for Rochelle, out past the 30 to the 33-yard line, and a gain of 6.
Right, little end over action, so they're basically got more guys on the short side of the field than what we have, and then run belly 32 to the short side where they have the extra man.
Hub's ready to go on 2nd down and 4, 3.
Same formation.
5 interior linemen down for Geneseo.
Same play.
Not much here though, out to the 35. 3rd down and 2 coming up for Geneseo as number 79, Cody Brower, gets back in the game.
About 3 more yards, makes it 3rd and 2 for Rochelle. Balls on their own 35.
Cole Howard's going to come out, take a breather. Or Billy Blazer, that is.
Yep, that's Billy.
Play clock down to 15. The Hubs break the huddle on 3rd down and 2.
Same formation.
They'll toss it back via Lobos, and he gets loose from the 40. Still on his feet. Toon comes down and makes the tackle. Ball comes out, but apparently he was down in Geneseo territory at the 46-yard line.
Picks up the Rochelle 1st down.
They got a big play that they needed here. New set of downs for Rochelle. About minute 56 to go in the 3rd quarter here. We're gonna have to find a stop. Don't want to get 2 scores behind again.
From the Geneseo 45-yard line, Metzger up the middle, cuts it back inside, and he has it all the way down to the Geneseo 30-yard line.
Aaron Metzger, the ball carrier, picks up
the Hubs have 3 or 4 good running backs, and Geneseo's getting a dose of all of them right now.
A linebacker gets caught up inside, peeking at the fullback. The one he needs to worry about is the wingback who's going to seal him off when the play comes to the into his C gap.
Brandon Johnson on first down for the Hubs, 2 yards to the 28 off the right side.
Nice job there. Nice job by the
Johnson, the ball carrier, Winslow on
by the tackle on that, fighting pressure, getting off his block. That's Jake Winslow.
A little extra stuff going on after that play too. 1:15 to play in the third quarter. Hubs with the lead of 7-14. 7 is the score over Geneseo. Second down and 9 from the Geneseo 29-yard line. Alex Harvey about broke it, but hanging out at the bottom is River Griffin. And Zach Olson, he gets to the 25. Hubs looking at about third and a long 4.
Makes it third and
All right,
5
River.
for the Hubs.
River actually got knocked down and was able to grab a leg as the running back was going by.
Well, big play coming up here for that Geneseo defense. You got to figure the Hubs are in 4-down territory here as they look at a 3rd and 5. 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. It's Harvey. Short run to the Geneseo 23. He's going to be about 3 yards short of the first down. That might be the final play of the third quarter.
Right, they're just pounding C gap right now, trying to get into the 2s and the 8 holes. Little off tackle stuff, hoping that if they can break the line of scrimmage, they can get their 5, 6, 7 yards.
Hubs will just watch the final seconds roll off the clock here in this third quarter. They'll have a 4th down play coming up. Geneseo gets on the scoreboard and back in this game. And at the end of the third quarter, it's the Rochelle Hubs 14, the Geneseo Green Machine 7.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Home, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Village Home Stores, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize our sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
Well, an exciting fourth quarter coming your way here from Bob Reed Field in Geneseo. With Pat Mitchell, I'm Lauren Lemke. Rochelle 14, Geneseo 7. The Green Machine have fought their way back into this football game, having got the only points in the second half right now, and they're trying to hold Rochelle on a 4th and 4 play coming up at the Geneseo 24-yard line.
Well, there's usually 4 or 5 plays that determine the outcome of a ball game. This might be one of them right here on this 4th and 4. If we don't get them stopped here, that gives them a new set of downs inside our 20, and it's hard to hold Rochelle out once they get inside the 20. So this could be one of the game-turning plays.
Hubs had the fortunate timing there of getting a little extra, basically a free timeout to talk about this 4th down play in between the 3rd and 4th quarter. They're lined up. Football just inside the 25-yard line on 4th and 4 to throw. Mershon with pressure gets rid of it. It is complete at the 15 down to the 5. Brandon Johnson into the end zone for a Rochelle touchdown. Kyle Toon came within a foot of knocking that, getting to the quarterback Mershon and knocking him down, but it's Johnson who comes up with the reception and goes into the end zone.
We weren't able to get to cover the wingback out of the backfield. That's just they overloaded the left side. They had a guy at about 2 yards, a guy at 8 yards, and another guy at about 18.
Extra point is good, and Rochelle leads 21-7 as their lead goes back to 14. That's what they had at halftime, a 14-point lead.
Right, but anyway, they've got 3 guys out in that pattern at 3 different levels, at 2, 10, and 18 yards, and usually it's the middle guy that's open. You end up chasing him from behind. because your safety will go with the deep guy and your outside linebacker will go with the short guy, and they found the middle guy open and weren't able to make the interception. Looked like we might have dove at the ball and missed that, and when you do that, you don't make the tackle, and we're into the end zone. So we've dug ourselves a hole, and now we're going to have to climb back out of it.
73-yard scoring drive for Rochelle. 8 plays, 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Ends up being a touchdown pass from their quarterback, Noah Mershon, to their halfback, Brandon Johnson, and puts them up 21-7. 24-yard touchdown pass. Drew Rapps and Zach Olson ready to return this kick. They're going to go to the far side to Olson at the 20. Comes his way to the right, past the 30, and down at the 32-yard line. So Geneseo's need to come up with 2 scores, 2 touchdowns in the last 12 minutes of this game. They've managed to get 1 score in this second half. Trying to get some offense going. Kyle Wise is going to split out here. Line up on the near hash. Rivera's going to run an option to his left. Pitches it back. Olson, he gets a block downfield. And Olson 3 yards to the 35.
Olson, the ball carrier. Bennett on the tackle for Rochelle.
River Griffin kind of got in that pile.
Second down.
Hit from behind. He felt that.
Yeah, I can't tell if that was read option or just straight fake 37-49 option. But yeah, we got to make sure we keep the chains moving. We need positive plays.
Rivera to throw. His pass is complete. Out to the 35, and that's it. And again,
blow the whistle.
Waiting for the whistle to blow as they pick up Zach Olson, spin him around a couple times, and then they finally blow the play dead.
Almost looked like Zach got a foot caught in the cleat. He just made the catch and was just, kind of stuck to the ground.
35-yard line.
No gain on that play. And it brings up 3rd down and 7. Clock is running, 10 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the game. Geneseo down by 14 to Rochelle here in Geneseo. We talked earlier, both these teams are 3-2, and both teams looking for that 4th win. Rivera out of the pocket. His pass knocked away, incomplete, intended for Wise. Would have been past the 1st down marker, but tight coverage there by the Hubs.
Brings up 4th down, Geneseo.
Here comes the punt team.
After this series, now there's going to need to be a sense of urgency with both our defense and our offense. Rochelle's tough to keep off the field, keep their offense off the field, because they grind the ball and use so much clock. But we're going to have to find a sense of urgency somewhere.
For the Hubs, number 23, Knight.
Jack Hinton back in to punt. He's standing just at the 22-yard line. No rush here from the Hubs. Hinton takes his time, gets a nice punt away. High spiral coming down, and the fair catch is made. And Billy Cosgrave wraps him up and gets called for the penalty. So Knight calls that so early.
All right.
I mean, he must call it before the punt even leaves the guy's foot. I mean, I haven't seen him yet with his hand up in the air. I know he makes the call, but it's going to be a penalty against Geneseo.
And he's got to get that hand up high enough and wave it so everybody can see it. But they're having a discussion right there. I don't know what the discussion is about, but it doesn't look like Geneseo's going to win it.
Fair catch interference. Kickers 15 yards from the end of the play. 1st down.
So a 15-yard penalty against Geneseo. And it's going to bring the football out to the 30. Mark it at the 38-yard line.
With a beautiful punt by Hinton.
10 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the game. Alex Harvey, the fullback for Rochelle, is going to try his luck to the left side, and He's got about 5-6 yards on that carry.
You put Metzger in the jet sweep motion and then run the fullback right up underneath it, hoping that your defensive end will go out with the jet sweep. Nice play.
Gain of 4 on the play makes it 2nd down, Rochelle.
See, this is where you feel you feel you can't control anything when they have the ball. They just take their time and let that clock wind down. And defensively, you just want to go, but you got to wait for them.
On 2nd and 6, Metzger leaping his way over the line of scrimmage to the 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3 coming up for Rochelle as we go under 9.5 minutes to play in the game. The Hubs have the football and a 14-point lead over Geneseo, 21-7.
That's a nice finish of the pile there. Make him earn his last couple yards.
Hubs at the line of scrimmage with 15 seconds on the play clock. They'll snap it. Metzger outside has the 1st down to the Geneseo 43-yard line.
Once again, that's your end over formation, so they've got you outnumbered on the, in this case, in the short side.
Hubs have it 1st and 10 on the Geneseo 43-yard line.
Under 9 minutes to play.
Same formation.
And they'll go back to Metzger again with that toss sweep to the Geneseo 40-yard line. Geneseo with 2 timeouts left.
Metzger, the ball carrier, Griffin on the tackle.
Down by 14. They need to get the football back.
Indeed.
And every time you get a 1st down, you're taking another minute and a half to 2 minutes off the clock.
Well, at least, and like I said, as a defense, you just feel kind of helpless as that clock winds down. Same formation with the end over.
Mershon under center takes the snap, hands it off to the fullback. Dive play to the Geneseo 39, and that's it.
I am kind of surprised they're not using more of the play clock, like you just said a second ago. Snap it with 16 seconds left. But, yeah, got him 3rd and semi-long here. Get a stop here, force a punt out of them. Find magic on the offense.
Right. Rochelle just going at their speed, though. I mean, they're comfortable getting up the line and snapping it instead of waiting another 10 seconds for it to go down.
They just broke the huddle with 12. That's illegal.
85 goes off the field. There's no flag. And the pass is going to be dropped, incomplete.
Pass intended for number 23, Knight, incomplete. Brings up 4th down, Rochelle.
Yeah, you can't have 12 men in the huddle and break the huddle with 12. One of the guys got to stay outside of the huddle. You can't have 12 men in the huddle.
He might only had 10 on the field. I was trying to count them afterwards.
Well, anyway. in that case, they didn't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage because there's 3 backs in the backfield along with the quarterback. I'll find a penalty in there somewhere.
Okay. It worked out for us. Rochelle threw the incomplete pass, stopped the clock. 7:28 to play in the game, and Rochelle's going to punt the ball to Geneseo. The Green Machine will get the ball back here. Johnson's going to send it over to Raps, who lost the ball, trying to catch it, and it's loose inside the 10-yard line, and Rochelle comes up with it. Mishandled punt by Geneseo, and the fumble recovery by Blake Albers.
That might be a nail in a coffin type feeling. Mistakes. Now we put ourselves in a really bad position.
Second turnover tonight by Geneseo, both fumbles. And now Rochelle has the ball back, up by 14, and at the Geneseo 8-yard line, 1st and goal, 7 minutes and 19 seconds to play in the game.
Traditionally, you don't field the punt inside the 10. You let it hit and hope that it goes out of bounds.
Metzger's going to take the toss to the left, turns it upfield, spins his way, trying to back his way into the end zone. He stopped at the 2-yard line.
Metzger, the ball carrier. Schwarzenegger making the stop. Brings up 2nd and goal. Ball's on the 2-yard
2nd and goal for Rochelle, as we're under 7 minutes to go in the game. Metzger on the wing to the right-hand side. They'll run that way with Alex Harvey, and he gets in the end zone. His 2nd touchdown tonight, and it makes it 27-7. 20-point lead for the Hubs with 6:41 to play in the game.
That's going to be tough to overcome here. You know, down 3 scores and with only 6.5 minutes or so to go.
So the Hubs have turned in both the Geneseo fumbles into touchdowns, pending the extra point. Villalobos, his extra point is good, and it's a 28-7, a 21-point lead for the Rochelle Hubs here in Geneseo.
In our fourth quarter, the score is now Rochelle 28, Geneseo 7.
Short work there for the Rochelle offense as they had the ball first and goal at the 8-yard line following that fumbled punt return. And a couple plays are in the end zone with Alex Harvey scoring his second touchdown tonight.
Rochelle scoring drive covered.
Just took those 2 plays to get in. So Harvey's got two scores. Brandon Johnson's got a touchdown reception out of the backfield for the Hubs. And the other touchdown by Aaron Metzger. And you can see why the Hubs have scored, an average of 36 points per game this season. And again, they've lost to Johnsburg and Morris, and both those teams are in the top 10.
Mm-hmm. They and it's similar to Sterling. It's just a different version of Sterling. It's a slower-paced type of team that Sterling likes to run over you, and Rochelle likes to do the same thing. They just do it at a different pace. So that's why their scores might not be quite as impressive. They had Morris beat here a couple weeks ago and let them off the hook, but I'm not sure if we'll come back and get this one with how much time's left, but we're going to have to finish this game something positive.
This kickoff is going to go into the end zone for a touchback, and Geneseo will start from the 20-yard line. Sterling and Rochelle, I believe, play next week. So who's going to win, the tortoise or the hare?
Exactly. That's exactly right. It might be one of those games where Sterling has to play 4 full quarters. Rochelle give him a game. But, right now, as far as the Green Machine goes, it's about finding something positive, something to build on going into next week here in these last 6.5 minutes.
Kyle Wise is going to be lining up at a split end position on the near side as Rivera is going to go under center here from the 20-yard line. Rivera setting up. Airs it out long, looking for Colton Pischke. He's got him at midfield. He dropped the pass right at midfield. Was open. And a good pass by Rivera, just didn't execute it.
Yep, kind of took his eye off at the last second. Going to run with it before he secured it. That's a nice looking play. That'd have been something positive, but we're just got to figure out a way to overcome those type of things.
Second down play now for Geneseo. 2nd and 10. The clock stops. 6:34 to go in the fourth quarter. Pischke is going to come out of the game right now to the sideline. Geneseo trying to get set here. Play clock under 10 to go. And the run, a read option pitch is almost knocked away, picked up by Villalobos, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Eddie Villalobos read that play, stepped right in front of the pitch, knocked it down to the ground, scooped it up, the old scoop and score after that, and into the end zone for a touchdown. So Geneseo, a play before that, looks like they were possibly going to have a long touchdown pass, and now this just turns in, it's a
14-point swing.
Just a turnaround.
Instead of us scoring 7, they score 7.
And the player who just scored the touchdown, he's going to kick an extra point, and Villalobos makes it 35-7 Rochelle. 28-point lead for the Hubs with 6:26 to go in the ball game. And for the second straight week, Geneseo offense has turned it over, and the defense has come up with a fumble return for a touchdown.
That's right. That's not a good habit to get into.
Kickoff team coming out for Geneseo as we await the Hubs to Kickoff again to the Maple Leafs. And we had the Hall of Fame weekend. Really, the induction ceremony is tomorrow for this year's class, but they introduced them here prior to start of the varsity game. You had the team that had the 52-game unbeaten streak. They were out here, most of those players. Had Coach Bob Reed out there, and Dan Rogers was part of that team. He's going in as an individual as well, so congratulations to Dan and everybody that's making the Hall of Fame this year. Special group going in this year.
Right, Coach Rogers, he was my offensive and defensive line coach when played back in the early 80s, and just kept it simple. Stay low, get your head and butt in the hole, and just get into your man. Low man wins.
Kickoff coming down to Raps. Picks it up after dropping it inside the 5 to the 15-yard line, and that's it. So Geneseo with 6 minutes and 18 seconds to work with here. Down 35-7 to Rochelle, as the Hubs have scored 21 straight in this fourth quarter.
Right, you're in the same position you were just a few minutes ago as far as trying to find something positive. Looks like we're going to be putting in our second group. Usually that's why you call a timeout at this point. Let's hope Rochelle does the same.
At this point, yeah, the game it's over. You're down by 28, and there's more football to be played after tonight. And Geneseo's got to win 2 of the next 3. We know home game here is going to be against Morris in 3 weeks. That's going to be a tough one, but they go on the road next week to LaSalle, Peru. Never know what you get with LP. I mean, I think they've got 4 wins so far this year. Always a battle over there. And then in 2 weeks, it's at Canelan. So 2 road games coming up for the Green Machine. They got to get both of those. Right.
We're not in dire playoff mode, but I mean we're really close to it, where you've got to win to get in. So it's just one of those things where you got to finish off tonight. It's kind of like last week, where you can't let this game turn into have an effect on next week's game. So. We'll go back and study film, lick your wounds, and then, hey, it's playoff mode time. A lot of new faces out there, a lot of clean jerseys.
Jaron Brooker is going to be running the offense here at quarterback. Billy Cosgrave just touched the football. His run give him 3 yards out to the 19-yard line. Number 80, Josh Decker, comes in with the play from the sidelines. And we'll get these players, the rest of the players, as we move along here in the last 5 minutes and 40 seconds. 2nd down and 7. Fullback run. Alex McAvoy up the middle to the 30-yard line out to the 33. It's a first down for the Green Machine.
All right, got Eric Stenzel at the one end. That's the right end. The tackle next to him is Justin Lyman, the guard next to Justin. Can't quite pick out that number.
Jack Morrell, number 16's in. I think Max Gentry's in there, 71. 1st and 10, Geneseo, 5:15 to play in the game. And a penalty flag before the snap, false start on Geneseo.
That's going to be encroachment on the defense.
Encroachment.
Noah Pritchard is the right guard.
5 yards, first down.
I see Noah Coughlin in there. I'm not sure if you mentioned him yet. 71's Max Gentry in at one of the tackle spots.
So a 5-yard penalty against the Hubs. 2nd and 5 now, or 1st and 5 for Geneseo with 5 minutes to play in this 4th and final quarter. McAvoy out of the fullback position. Stood up at the 39.
And that's Josh Beath snapping the ball.
Cade Coons in the backfield, number 29. I think we're up to speed now on the new offense for Geneseo. 35-7's the score, 28-point lead for the Hubs. Have scored 21 points in this 4th period. 4.5 minutes to go in the game. Second down and 13. Cosgrave sweeping to the right. Going to try his luck back the other way, and Billy's going to be wrapped up. They finally blow the play dead, but loss on the play of a couple yards.
Making the tackle, number 40, Austin Tracy. Loss of yardage on the play. Brings it back
Luis Silva with the tackle for Rochelle.
Maple Leafs. Ball's on their own 39
Make it 3rd and 5 for Geneseo at their own 37-yard line. Ready to go here. Jaron Brooker at quarterback. Cade Coons in motion. He'll take the call. Tackled up high. Yard for Coons. It'll be 4th down and 4.
Number 29, Coons, the ball carrier. Silva on the tackle for Rochelle.
Looks like we're bringing in the punt team. Long snapper I know is David Bowen.
4th and 4 for Geneseo.
Fourth down and 4. Geneseo looking for their 11th man. Play clock down to 15. They'll be able to get this off as Hinton backs up. He'll punt from the 25-yard line. Nobody back for Rochelle. They'll let this one just roll as far as you can kick it, Jack.
Ooh, got another one to turn over.
Spiral.
There.
And now get it before it goes into the end zone, inside the 5. And
nice
tapped
play.
back at about the 1-yard line. So Hinton's had back-to-back good punts.
All right, that's Schwartzendruber keeping that ball inside the playing field.
62 yards. We're doing the math here. 60-yard punt. That'll help the average.
Looks like Justin Lyman stays in, going to play some tackle on defense. Number 67. 54, Josh Beath. Looks like he's going to move from center to nose guard. Max Gentry still on the field at one of the defensive ends. Noah Coughlin at a defensive tackle spot. Cade Coons at another defensive end spot.
Connor Lillis in at linebacker. Augie Schmitz out there in the secondary. Hub start.
Noah Pritchard's the middle linebacker.
From their own 1-yard line. Handoff out to about the 7. Josh Decker in on the tackle.
Number 20, Larry Beck, the ball carrier. Jack Morrell
down to 2:10 in the game. It's 35-7 Rochelle with the lead.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Over Geneseo.
Rochelle.
Hubs with a conference win tonight. They're still undefeated in conference play. That's a big matchup next week. Sterling, Rochelle, that game will be in Sterling. And that'll be battle for first place in the West Division. On 2nd down and 6. Hubs will run it again. A 1st down out to the 15-yard line. With Jack Morrell being off the pile for Geneseo, making the stop.
Coons on the tackle.
Rochelle getting some of their extra players in as well here. And it was 14-7 going in the 4th quarter.
Feeling good about things. We talked about momentum.
Wow, and 21 points, I think, in about 6 minutes.
Wow.
For the Hubs. Blow this game wide open. And here's a long run here. Getting away for is Luis Manzina, and he is down to the 30, the 20, to the 10. And he is going to score on a very long run of 85 yards for Rochelle.
32, Louis Manzinez.
Louis Manzinez, junior running back. Nothing fancy about that play. Geneseo just couldn't stop it. Just a run up the middle.
Correct.
The longest play of the night. And it puts the Hubs up 41-7.
You know, last week these guys had the best of the Sterling backups, but Rochelle's winning the backup battle this week.
Hubs, I think, are just going to take a knee here on this conversion.
It's a pretty nice move by Coach Crandall over there on the other sidelines.
It is, yeah. I mean, you could kick the extra point and just, at this point, it doesn't, a point, 1 point, 2 points doesn't really matter. So, you know, Coach Crandall's been around for a long time, probably over 20 years as the head coach over there for Rochelle, and it makes it 41-7. Minute and 8 seconds to play in the game.
Well, over the last 2 years, we're in kind of a Sterling and Rochelle drought. You know, they've scored, both those teams scored lots of points. We haven't scored very many. So, you know, in the future, you know, we're going to have to figure something out.
I think we need to work on the schedule. Let's separate Sterling and Rochelle maybe a couple weeks. You know, maybe have a bye week in between there or something. I don't know.
Exactly.
We play like a Thursday night game and then play a, you know, like the NFL, get a 10-day break.
Yeah, unless you play like the Bears on Thursday night, then you don't want no part of that.
27 points in this fourth quarter for Rochelle. And Raps and Olson are back in the game. Eddie Villalobos has got a touchdown on a fumble return and 5 extra points tonight. And he's just going to get into this one and send it into the end zone for a touchback. 68 seconds, that's all that remains in this one as Geneseo comes out with their offense.
Well, we didn't talk about the games earlier this week from the younger levels. We had the freshmen played Sterling here Monday night and got beat 30-15. It was a good game. It was a good game for a while. They played them tough. Gave up just basically a couple fumbles hurt them well, it's after this play. Let's get through this play.
Jaron Brooker in at quarterback yet, and that's Alex McAvoy. He'll take the handoff. He'll go up the middle to the 24-yard line. It's a run of 4.
In Little League action, I know the Vikings beat the Bears on Wednesday night. We had a tie in Little League with the Chiefs and the Colts on Thursday night, and then the Eagles beat the Lions. 8th grade, the Greens beat Glenview on Wednesday, and the Whites beat Edison on Thursday. And of course, the sophomores were defeated earlier tonight. So,
second down and 6 here for Geneseo with 30 seconds left. This will probably be the final play of this ball game. Cade Coons with the call to the 28-yard line. They need to come up with an overtime in youth football. I mean, it's been going on for 50-some years. Let's come up with an overtime, maybe just a 5-minute one or something.
I'm going to tell you, not much has changed in those 50 years with our Little League football. So my guess is that won't happen.
Well, Rochelle's going to get their 4th win tonight as it's a final now. 41-7, Rochelle with the victory. They're 4-2 on the season, still undefeated in the conference at 2-0. Geneseo now 1-2 in the conference. They are 3-3 overall, and we'll be on the road next week at LaSalle, Peru. That's when our next broadcast will be here on TV 50. So we'll get the stats here, go through those here quickly. Pat, any closing thoughts here before we sign off tonight?
Well, I know LaSalle's going to be loaded for Bear next week up there. You know, a couple years ago was their first win over Geneseo, and however many years they had everything just short of a ticker tape parade when they came back into town. So they're going to be looking for a chance to beat Geneseo next week. We've just got to have a good week of practice, and somebody's got to step up and say, this is enough. This is enough. We got to get things changed and get the body language in the right direction, get the focus in the right direction. You know, and it's seniors. Seniors, you know, will take you as far as you can. So some of those seniors are going to have to take charge here and make sure everybody's on the same page.
It's 14-0 at halftime. Rochelle had the lead. Geneseo got a touchdown in the 3rd quarter to make it 14-7, but then Rochelle blew this game open with 3 scores in the 4th quarter in the first 6 minutes and added a late touchdown here of an 85-yard touchdown run with basically the 2nd and 3rd team players out on the field. So Rochelle put up some yards again tonight against the Geneseo defense, and we'll get some quick numbers here. Geneseo 101 total yards in offense, 72 on the ground, 29 through the air. 396 total yards for Rochelle, 350 on the ground, 46 through the air. For Geneseo, the leading rusher was Drew Rapps, 29 yards. Alex McAvoy had 19, 13 from Colton Pischke. Isaiah Rivera, 6 of 9 for 29 yards. And Kyle Wise caught 2 passes for 25 yards. Alex Harvey tonight, 105 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Metzger had 83 yards rushing and a score for Rochelle. And Mershon was 3 of 6 passing, 46 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown to Brandon Johnson. So the final score again, 41-7. Rochelle defeats Geneseo. I'd like to thank Kim Kennett at the WGRG FM studios, our statisticians Willis Andel and Parker Prohaska, Ron Hartman at Geneseo Communications, technical coordinator Keith Kennett. For Pat Mitchell, I'm Lauren Lemke. Again, the final score, 41-7. Rochelle defeats Geneseo. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto the field our 2017 Hall of Fame inductees. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could direct your attention to the near side, the 30-yard line, Mr. Ted McAvoy will be introducing the new members who are being recognized tonight as the 2017 inductees to the Geneseo High School Hall of Fame. Take it away, Ted.
Thank you. Thank you for coming tonight to recognize these people who have certainly added to the legacy and the heritage of athletic excellence at Geneseo High School. We'll begin with our teams. In the spring of 1945, Coach Rick Smillican and Hall of Fame coach John McCormick put together an undefeated season. Were crowned NCIC champions and IHSA district champions. This accomplishment was not repeated at Geneseo High School for another 69 years. As a cap to the season, the 880 relay team of Arnie Fowler, Jim Wachtel, Bill Nyland, and Jim Bean finished 4th at state. Please welcome the 1945 Hall of Fame track team. The next group of honorees, on October 15th of 1965, the undefeated Geneseo Maple Leafs, coached by Hall of Fame member Bob Reed, met the undefeated Rochelle Hubs in one of the most memorable games in Geneseo High School history. The Hubs came from behind late in the 4th quarter to give the Maple Leafs their only loss of the season. The Leafs would not taste defeat again until the 4th game of the 1971 season, establishing a new Illinois state record of 52 straight undefeated games. It was during this run that the Maple Leafs became known as the Green Machine. Please welcome those players to the Hall of Fame. In 1985 and 86, the Geneseo girls basketball team established a singular basketball record at Geneseo High School. They completed their regular season without a loss. Coached by Hall of Fame member Bob Van Kerbrock, they repeated as NCIC champions, as well as winning the prestigious Rockford Holiday Tournament. No other basketball team, boys or girls, has matched this accomplishment at Geneseo High School. Please welcome the 1985-86 girls basketball team. The 2009 Geneseo football team took our community back to the IHSA State Final Championship game, becoming the 9th Green Machine team to play in the state finals. Coach Larry Johnson Jr. directed their run to Champaign as they defeated 4 state-ranked teams in their playoff run. Please welcome the 2009 state champion runner-up team. Back in the early days of Geneseo athletics, there were teams and individuals who established a great legacy of athletic excellence at Geneseo High School. Tonight we will honor some of those players beginning in the very early days. For 4 years in the mid-1920s, Geneseo enjoyed great success on the field of play. One of the primary contributors to those teams was Fred Clemmer. In 1928, he was named the state football team, was lead scorer on the basketball team, and was captain of all 3 sports. Representing Mr. Clemmer is his daughter Sue, who came all the way from Florida to do that. A mainstay contributor in all 3 sports in the mid-40s and on the 1945 Hall of Fame track team was Jim Bean. He ran the 4th place 880 relay team at the state meet, was an all-state football player, class president. Please welcome Jim Bean to the Geneseo High School Hall of Fame. Our community has also been blessed by having a good share of our outstanding high school athletes and graduates come back to Geneseo. Don Feldman was one of those great athletes during the mid-40s. Don was on the varsity squad in all 3 sports and earned 10 varsity letters at Geneseo High School, while also serving as class president. After a tour in the Navy and the University of Illinois, Don returned to Geneseo and was a successful businessman and supporter of JHS activities until his retirement. Don is represented here tonight by his son, Gary. Please welcome Don Feldman to our Hall of Fame. Another graduate who came back to Geneseo. This next honoree has a whole wall full of medals from the state football finals, having coached in 6 championship games. Dan Rogers was an all-state football player in 1965 and later played at Illinois State University. In 1970, Dan returned to Geneseo and taught here for 35 years and coached for 40. Please welcome Dan Rogers to the Hall of Fame. There's always a first time for everything, and our next honoree holds the distinction of being involved in more than one. Penny Stahl was a member of the first girls track team at Geneseo High School, the first year that the IHSA established that sport. She went on to become the first girl athlete in the history of our school to win a medal at the state competition, finishing 4th in the shot put. Please welcome Penny Stahl to the Hall of Fame. Kelly Kummerman is another of our Geneseo grads who has returned to Geneseo as a coach. A 1983 grad, Kelly had an outstanding running career at Geneseo High School, earning honors and awards at the conference and state levels. Running continued to be a focal point for Kelly as she completed the highest levels around the Midwest. She won the Firecracker 400 run so many times, one sports announcer nicknamed her Miss Firecracker. Kelly Kummerman, Hall of Fame. Brian Glass graduated in 1991 after winning multiple local, conference, and state honors in both cross-country and track. Brian was a successful cross-country and track runner at SIU Edwardsville and has continued to achieve success in post-collegiate competition at the state and national levels. He is currently coaching cross-country at Williamsville High School. Please welcome Brian Glass to the Hall of Fame. Andy Snook is a 1994 graduate of Geneseo High School, where he was primary contributor in cross-country, track, and wrestling. He was a two-time individual champion in both the conference and regional cross-country meets, and he was successful during his 4 years as a varsity wrestler, winning honors and awards at the conference and regional and sectional meets. Andy ran track in cross-country at North Central College and was on a Division III national championship cross-country team. Please welcome Andy Snook. He's represented here by his parents, Mel and Andy. Unlike all of our other inductees, our next honoree did not graduate from Geneseo High School, but has brought great honor to our school as a coach, as well as set the highest standards of service to our community. As a coach, Bob Pettit had extraordinary success in softball. His teams have won 6 conference championships, 10 regional titles, 5 sectional titles, and took the super sectional. In women's basketball, he averaged 19 wins per season, along with 2 conference and 1 regional champion. As well as coaching here for 23 years, Bob has been a prime contributor in our community, providing leadership and improvement of facilities, ball fields, foundation facility, and extending opportunities for our students. Please welcome Bob Pettit to our Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, 2017 Hall of Fame. Thank you guys. Gals, appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto the field the Geneseo Little Leap cheerleaders for their halftime performance. There are 125 participants this year who worked at the cheer clinic last Saturday. Tonight they will be performing a cheer, a chant, and then they will dance to a song. The theme for this year's song is from Disney's movie, Frozen. Some cheerleaders are worth melting for. The routine was choreographed by seniors Race Bodine, Megan Endress, Lauren Cass, Hannah Johnson, Maddie Kraus, Kennedy Thies, Abby Vanderploug, Katie Watkins, and tonight our special guests, Princess Elsa and Princess Anna. And now for your halftime entertainment, please enjoy the performance of our Geneseo Little Leaps.
All my life has been a series of doors in my face, and then suddenly I bump into you.
I'm thinking the same thing, just like I've been searching my whole life to find my own place. And maybe it's the party talking or the chocolate fondue.
But with you,
I found my
I
place.
see your face, and it's nothing like I've ever known before. Love's an open door. Love's an open door. Love's an open door. With you, love's an open door.
I mean, it's crazy. We finish each other's
Sandwiches,
That's what I was gonna say.
and it's nothing like I've ever known before. Love's an open door. Love's an open door. Love's an open door. With you, love's an open door.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for the Little Leagues? You're looking at the future of Geneseo cheer.